Unofficial translation, Value-Added Tax Rules, 2053, 1997, date of Royal Seal and Publication Amendment December 11, 2053, March 24, 1997, 1. Value-Added Tax, First Amendment, Rules 2055 August 7, 2055, November 23, 1998, 2. Value-Added Tax, Second Amendment, Rules 2059 March 24, 2059, July 8, 2002, 3. Value-Added Tax, Third Amendment, Rules 2059 September 22, 2059, January 6, 2003, 4. Value-Added Tax, Fourth Amendment, Rules 2060 April 1, 2060, July 17, 2003, 5. Value-Added Tax, Fifth Amendment, Rules 2061 April 1, 2061, July 16, 2004, 6. Value-Added Tax, Sixth Amendment, Rules 2061 December 3, 2061, March 16, 2005, 7. Value-Added Tax, Seventh Amendment, Rules 2062 April 1, 2062, July 16, 2005, 8. Value-Added Tax, Eighth Amendment, Rules 2062 June 14, 2062, September 30, 2005, 9. Value-Added Tax, Ninth Amendment, Rules 2062 October 1, 2062, January 14, 2006, 10. Value-Added Tax, 10th Amendment, Rules 2064 March 28, 2064, July 12, 2007, 11. Value-Added Tax, 11th Amendment, Rules 2066 March 29, 2066, July 13, 2009, 12. Value-Added Tax, 12th Amendment, Rules 2067 August 4, 2067, November 20, 2010, 13. Value-Added Tax, 13th Amendment, Rules 2068 March 31, 2068, July 15, 2011, 14. Value-Added Tax, 14th Amendment, Rules 2070 January 30, 2070, May 13, 2013, 15. Value-Added Tax, 15 Amendment, Rules 2070 March 30, 2070, July 14, 2013, repealed by Finance Act, 1999, 2056. 1. Unofficial Translation, 16. Value-Added Tax, 16 Amendment, Rules 2071 March 29, 2071, July 13, 2014, 17. Value-Added Tax, 17 Amendment, Rules 2072 March 29, 2072, July 14, 2015, 18. Value-Added Tax, 18 Amendment, Rules 2073 March 20, 2073, July 4, 2016, 19. Value-Added Tax, 19 Amendment, Rules 2074 April 10, 2074, July 25, 2017, 20. Value-Added Tax, 20th Amendment, Rules 2075 February 22, 2075, June 5, 2018, 21. Value-Added Tax, 21st Amendment, Rules 2076 February 15, 2076, May 29, 2019, 22. Value-Added Tax, 22nd Amendment, Rules, February 15, 2077, May 28, 2020, 2077 in exercise of the power conferred by Section 41 of the Value Added Tax Act, 2052, 1996, Government of Nepal has framed the following rules. Chapter 1 Preliminary 1. Short title and commencement. 1. These rules may be called as The Value Added Tax Rules, 2053, 1997. 2. It shall come into force on such date as Government of Nepal by publishing a notification in the Nepal Gazette may appoint. 2. Definitions, unless the subject or context otherwise requires, in these rules. A. Act means the Value Added Tax Act, 2052, 1996. Maintained from July 13, 2014, March 29, 2071, as per the notice published in Nepal Gazette in September 1, 2014, May 16, 2071. This rule has been commenced from July 16, 2016, April 1, 2073. This rule has been commenced from July 16, 2017, April 1, 2074. Commenced from November 16, 1997, August 1, 2054, upon publication in Gazette on August 18, 1997, May 2, 2054. 2. Unofficial translation. B. Tax period means the period for which a taxpayer is required to file tax return pursuant to Section 18 of the Act. C. Tax return means a return filed by a taxpayer in regard to the tax payable for taxable transactions carried out during the tax period. Chapter 2 Provisions relating to registration. 3. Application for registration. 1. Any person engaged in any transaction at the time of the commencement of the Act shall file an application for registration to the concerned tax officer, in the format as set forth in Schedule -1 within 90 days of the commencement of the Act. 2. A person who desires to be engaged in any transaction after the commencement of the Act shall file an application for registration to the concerned tax officer, in the format as set forth in Schedule -1 prior to the commencement of such transaction. 3. In case a person filing application for registration pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, or 2, is a partner, the application must be filed along with the complete details of the partnership in the format as set forth in 1 Schedule -1. For examination of application. 1. The concerned tax officer may ask an applicant to produce other additional details and the documents which are deemed necessary upon examination of the details and documents attached with the application filed pursuant to Rule 3. It shall be the duty of the applicant to file such additional details and documents to the concerned tax officer within 7 days of such demand. 2. In cases where the application for registration of transaction which is not required to be registered pursuant to subsection 3 of Section 10 of the Act is received, the concerned tax officer shall provide a notice to the applicant mentioning that the person is not required to be registered, within 7 days of the receipt of the application. 5. To grant certificate of registration, if upon examination, as per Rule 4, of the application filed for registration pursuant to Rule 3, the concerned tax officer, if deems it proper to register, shall register the transaction carried out or intended to be carried out by the applicant and grant the one amended by 22nd Amendment. 3. Unofficial translation, certificate of registration bearing registration number as well in the format as set forth in Schedule -3 to the applicant, within 30 days from the date on which the application was submitted. 6. Businesses with small transactions need not be registered. 1. Notwithstanding anything contained in Rule 3, Any person carrying out transactions not exceeding 50 lakh rupees in case of goods and 20 lakh rupees in case of mixed transaction of goods and services within the last 12 months as provided in Section 9 of the Act shall not be required to have their transactions registered. Such person who are not required to be registered shall affix a notice in place of transaction in the conspicuous manner stating that registration is not required because of the transaction not exceeding 50 lakh rupees in case of goods and 20 lakh rupees in case of mixed transaction of goods and services, provided that except when the person, engaged in tax-exempted transaction in Nepal imports goods himself/herself for personal use, any other person who imports taxable goods worth more than 10,000 rupees in one consignment shall have to register their transaction. 1a. If the purchase-sell stock cannot be distinguished from go-down of any supply, for the purpose of tax officer shall deem the purchase, sale, and stock within the single transaction limit, and assess and recover the tax accordingly. 2. Notwithstanding anything contained in Sub-Rule 1, any person carrying out business with small transactions may file an application pursuant to Rule 3 if they desire to register their transactions voluntarily. If such an application has been filed to register the transactions voluntarily, the tax officer shall register the transactions under Section 9 of the Act by completing the procedures of examination referred to in Rule 4. Amended by 11th Amendment. Amended by 17th Amendment. Amended by 18th Amendment. Amended by 15th Amendment. Added by 2nd Amendment. Amended by 19th Amendment. Amended by 21st Amendment. 4. Unofficial translation, 6a. Provision regarding contract. 1. Any government entity, public institution, or registered person shall pay tax to concerned contractor upon notification of the contract agreement concluded and the tax paid to the contractor to the Inland Revenue Department. 2. Government entity, public institution, or registered person shall award contract or receive consultancy worth more than 5 lakh rupees annually from a registered person only. 6b. Special provision regarding construction service. Any person constructing building, apartment, shopping complex or other similar structure prescribed by the department worth more than 50 lakh rupees for commercial purpose shall cause to construct such structure from a registered person. 6c. Special provision regarding tax payment for supply of goods and services under contract. 1. Government entity or the public institution wholly or partially owned by Government of Nepal, while making the payment to the contractor or supplier for goods, services, or both received as per an agreement or the contract, shall deposit 50% of the tax amount payable to such contractor or supplier in the concerned revenue heading on behalf of such contractor or supplier and only pay the remaining tax amount. 2. Entity making payment as per Sub-Rule 1, shall notify the concerned contractor or supplier that the tax amount under the concerned revenue heading has been deposited. 3. Amount as per Sub-Rule 1, shall be adjusted with the tax amount contractor or supplier has to pay. 7. Special conditions to register a transaction. 1. In case any person has reason to presume that their annual transactions shall exceed 50 lakh rupees in case of goods and 20 lakh rupees in case of mixed transaction of goods and services, they shall file an application setting out such conditions, to the concerned tax officer in the format as set forth in Schedule -1 for the registration of the transactions. Added by 11th Amendment. Added by 21st Amendment. Amended by 18th Amendment. 5. Unofficial translation. 2. If the presumption cannot be made as per Sub-Rule 1, and the annual turnover of the transactions carried out by the person exceeds 50 lakh rupees in case of goods and 20 lakh rupees in case of mixed transaction of goods and services, the person carrying out such transactions shall file an application to the concerned tax officer in the format set forth in Schedule -1 for registration of the transactions within 30 days from the date on which such excess occurs. 3. 4. A person involved in transaction of goods and services required to be registered as per subsection 2 of Section 10 of the Act shall register the transaction within 30 days of the commencement of the sub-rule. 5. 2 removed by 22nd Amendment. 6. If a person required to be registered is found to be carrying out transaction without registration, tax officer shall order concerned person to register within 30 days by stating the basis and reason, and concerned person shall register their transaction upon receiving the order within such time. 7. A special provision relating to temporary registration. 1. Any person not registered, unregistered person, with value-added tax and engaged in taxable transactions in exhibition, fair and similar other programs to be organized temporarily, shall apply for registration pursuant to Section 10A of the Act with concerned Inland Revenue Office or Taxpayers Service Officer along with recommendation of concerned organizer. 2. 2% of the estimated income from the program shall be kept as guarantee while filing an application pursuant to Sub-Rule 1. 3. Upon receipt of application pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, Tax Officer of Inland Revenue Office or Taxpayers Service Office shall register the transaction and grant the certificate of registration bearing registration number. Removed by 10th Amendment. Added by 8th Amendment. 2. Removed by 22nd Amendment. 6. Unofficial translation. 4. Persons registering transactions as per Sub-Rule 3. Shall file value-added tax return and deposit the tax in the concerned Inland Revenue Office or Taxpayers Service Office within 7 days from date of the completion of the exhibition, fair or other programs of similar nature and shall file an application to cancel the temporary registration along with original copy of permanent account number certificate, tax clearance certificate. For the temporary registration period and recommendation of the organizer. 5. Upon receiving the application to cancel the temporary registration pursuant to Sub-Rule 4, the concerned tax officer shall examine the value-added tax return together with other documents and cancel the temporary registration within 15 days and notify the applicant. 6. Guarantee furnished by the applicant as per Sub-Rule 2, may be adjusted with value-added tax to be paid under Sub-Rule 4. 7. If upon examination pursuant to Sub-Rule 5, additional tax liability is assessed, the applicant shall be issued a 3 days notice to deposit such additional tax. If the applicant does not deposit the additional tax within such period, tax shall be recovered from the amount furnished as guarantee by the applicant, and if the amount is inadequate, the remaining amount shall be recovered from the organizer. 7b. To update the record, registered persons shall update their record in the biometric system as per Section 10C of the Act within the 3 END of SR 2078. 8. Determination of amount of transaction. The amount of any transaction shall, for the purpose of the registration of the transaction, be determined on the basis of the value of purchase or sale of the transaction in the last 12 months, whichever is higher. Registered person shall maintain the records proving the amount of the transaction in the place of transaction and produce them as and when required by the tax officer. 9. To give notification of the change of place. 1. If any registered person has to change the place of their transaction, they shall provide the information thereof to the concerned tax officer prior to 15 days of such change. 2. Upon receipt of the information referred to in Sub-Rule 1, if the concerned tax officer deems that the place of transaction to be changed falls within the jurisdiction of another tax added by 21st Amendment. 3. Amended by 22nd Amendment. 7. Unofficial translation, office, tax officer shall notify the concerned tax office thereof within 7 days of the receipt of such information. 10. To notify for the change of nature or objective of the transaction. 1. If any registered person has to change the nature or objective of their transaction, they shall provide information thereof to the concerned tax officer prior to 15 days of such change. 2. Upon receipt of the information referred to in sub-rule 1, the concerned tax officer shall change the nature or object of the transaction of the registered person and inform such registered person thereof. 11. Transfer of transaction. 1. In case any registered person transfers the transaction being carried out by them to any other person fully or partially, they shall provide the information thereof by setting out all the details in the format as set forth in Schedule 4 to the concerned tax officer within 7 days of the date on which the transaction was so transferred. 2. In case the transaction has been transferred pursuant to sub-rule 1, the rights, powers and obligations of the transferor shall also be transferred subject to the terms of the transfer. 3. The concerned tax officer may issue necessary instructions to both the parties related to the transaction in regard to the obligations to be fulfilled by each of them under the Act and these rules by requiring the presence of both the parties in front of the tax officer. It shall be their duty to follow the instructions so given. 12. Process of cancellation of registration. 1. If the registration of any person has to be cancelled owing to the circumstances mentioned in subsection 1 of Section 11 of the Act, and such registered person or the legal heir, in case of his or her absence files an application for cancellation of registration, setting out the circumstance for cancellation of registration, accompanied by the tax return referred to in Schedule 11 and the amount of tax payable, to the concerned tax officer. Within 30 days from the date of occurrence of the circumstance for cancellation of registration, or if the tax officer is satisfied that the registration of a registered person has to be cancelled due to existence of circumstance for cancellation of registration as mentioned in subsection 1 of Section 11 of the Act, the concerned tax officer shall require such registered person to deposit the outstanding tax and shall cancel the registration of such person and give information thereof to such registered person or the legal heir and the department. Amended by 10th Amendment. 8. Unofficial translation. 2. After filing an application for cancellation of registration pursuant to sub-rule 1, applicant shall submit tax return until receiving the notice of cancellation or for up to 3 months. 3. It shall be the duty of the concerned tax officer to notify the applicant whether the registration is cancelled or not within 3 months of filing of the application for cancellation of registration. 4. The provision for cancellation of registration of a taxpayer registered in value-added tax, however carrying out the transaction below the threshold prescribed after the commencement of this sub-rule, the procedure for deregistration and remaining credit management of such taxpayers would be fixed by Director General. 13. Use of registration number. A registered person shall use their registration number in the following documents related to the transactions which the registered person carries out, in addition to the transactions referred to in subsection 6 of Section 10 of the Act. A. Documents relating to income tax. B. Documents relating to application to be made to banks and financial institutions for loans exceeding 1 lakh rupees for commercial and industrial purposes. C. Documents relating to import and export. 14. To issue duplicate copies. 1. In case the certificate of registration of transaction obtained by a registered person under Rule 5 is torn, lost, or otherwise destroyed, such a registered person must file an application for obtaining the duplicate copy of such certificate to the concerned tax officer accompanied with such an amount as required as the duplication fees Rs 100 to obtain a duplicate copy of such certificate. 2. Upon receipt of an application pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, the concerned tax officer shall give a duplicate copy of the certificate of registration of transaction within 15 days of receipt of the application. Added by 17th Amendment. 9. Unofficial Translation, 14a. Provision regarding tax board. Taxpayer shall keep a tax board in the format prescribed by department in the place of transaction in a manner conspicuous to all within 30 days of commencement of this rule. 14b. Price inclusive of tax to be mentioned. A registered person shall mention the selling price, tag price, menu price, and shelf price, inclusive of tax for the taxable goods and services kept in industrial exhibition center, selling center, hotel, restaurant, bar, transaction place, or place of supply. Chapter 3 Place and Time of Supply 15. Determination of the place of supply of goods. The following places shall be deemed to be the place of supply of goods. A. In the case of movable goods transferred by sale, the place where such goods were sold or transferred. B. In the case of any immovable goods whose location can't be transferred even if their ownership is changed, the place where such goods are located. C. In the case of imported goods, the customs point in Nepal, through which such goods are imported into Nepal. D. In case any producer or seller supplies the goods to himself/herself, the place where the producer or seller of such goods is situated. 16. Determination of the place of supply of services. The place of supply of a service shall be the place where the benefit of that service is received. Chapter 4 Provisions relating to invoices and market value added by 14th Amendment. Added by 18th Amendment. Removed by 14th Amendment. 10. Unofficial Translation. 17. Tax invoice. 1. Unless otherwise approved by the tax officer, the registered person, in supplying any goods or services, shall issue a tax invoice in the format as set forth in Schedule -5 and 5a. Invoice issued accordingly shall disclose type, size, model, and brand of any goods, if any. 1a. Notwithstanding anything contained in Sub-Rule 1, when goods or services are sold under 4 subsection 6 of Section 14 of the Act, tax invoices shall be issued as per the details referred to in Schedule -5b. 2. Tax invoice shall be written clearly and conspicuously on the front page of the invoice to be issued to the recipient under Sub-Rule 1. Such tax invoices shall be prepared in 3 copies, and the original copy shall be given to the recipient, the second copy to be separately recorded so that it can be produced as and when asked for by the office, and the third copy be recorded by the registered person for the purpose of their transaction. 3. 4. 5. 18. Abbreviated tax invoices. 1. Notwithstanding anything contained in Rule 17, in case any registered person is to conduct a retail sale of any goods or services and files an application to the concerned tax officer setting out such matter, the tax officer may grant permission so that such registered person, while conducting retail sale of any goods or services, is required to issue an abbreviated tax invoice in the format referred to in Schedule -6 to the recipient, instead of the tax invoice as set forth in Rule 17. 2. Where several number of goods of small value have been sold, abbreviated tax invoice to be issued pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, shall mention the name of each good separately. Amended by 8th Amendment. Added by 8th Amendment. Added by 9th Amendment. 4. Amended by 22nd Amendment. Removed by 8th Amendment. Amended by 16th Amendment. 11. Unofficial Translation. 3. A recipient who receives an abbreviated tax invoice upon purchasing goods under Sub-Rule 1, shall not be allowed to deduct tax under Section 17 of the Act. 4. A registered person who issues an abbreviated tax invoice to the recipient pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, shall maintain records thereof as follows: a. To prepare and maintain a duplicate copy of the original invoice. b. Where a transaction has been carried out by maintaining a duplicate of the till roll, the total thereof must be calculated and maintained every day. c. To maintain records of the value inclusive of tax of each transaction. 5. In case a registered person is found not to have maintained the records required to be maintained pursuant to Sub-Rule 4, the tax officer may cancel the permission granted to issue an abbreviated tax invoice pursuant to Sub-Rule 1. 6. Notwithstanding anything contained elsewhere in this rule, where a transaction of value exceeding 10,000 rupees has been carried out, it shall not be allowed to issue an abbreviated tax invoice under this rule, and despite having carried out a transaction of value less than that amount, it shall be the duty of a registered person to provide a recipient who asks for the tax invoice referred to in Rule 17 with such a tax invoice. 7. The total figure of tax from an abbreviated invoice shall be calculated by multiplying the invoice price by the tax fraction. Explanation: for the purpose of this sub-rule, the term tax fraction means the total of rate of tax plus 118A. Invoice to be raised from cash machine or 5 electronic medium, Department may notify requiring any taxpayer to use cash machine, and such taxpayer so notified shall use cash machine to issue invoice for transaction. Amended by 21st Amendment. Removed by 9th Amendment. Added by 9th Amendment. 5. Amended by 22nd Amendment. 12. Unofficial translation. However, taxpayer who has obtained approval for raising invoice through electronic medium shall raise invoice accordingly. 19. 20. Credit or debit note. 1. If a registered person issues a credit or debit note owing to a change in the value of the goods or services supplied by them, they must clearly write credit or debit note in such note and also disclose the following details: a. Serial number. b. Date of issue. c. Name, address and registration number of the supplier. d. Recipient's name, address, and registration number if the recipient is a registered person. e. Number and date of the tax invoice connected with the transaction. f. Particulars of the goods or services and reason of credit or debit. g. Amount credited or debited. h. Tax amount credited or debited. 2. A registered taxpayer shall maintain a monthly record of credit or debit notes referred to in Sub-Rule 1. 21. In the event of payment in a foreign currency, while issuing the tax invoice by a supplier upon receiving payment from the recipient in a convertible foreign currency as consideration of the supply of any goods or services, the supplier shall issue the tax invoice by mentioning therein the amount in Nepalese rupees equivalent to the foreign currency according to the rate of exchange prescribed by the Nepal Rashtra Bank on the day of transaction. 22. Process of determination of market value. 1. While determining the market value pursuant to Section 13 of the Act, the tax officer shall determine the market value by studying the transactions and value of other similar sellers registered in regard to the transaction of the same nature. Repealed by 19th Amendment. 13. Unofficial translation. 2. In cases where the market value of any goods or services cannot be determined as set forth in subsection 3 of Section 13 of the Act, the Director General shall determine the value also on the basis of the information received in that regard by him/her from the registered persons of the same nature. Chapter 5. Records of Transactions. 23. Maintain our records. 1. A registered person shall for the purpose of the Act and these rules maintain records of the following information, documents, and details: a. Information as referred to in Schedule -7, b. Records relating to business, accounts, cash receipts, and payments, c. Tax invoices and abbreviated tax invoices issued by the registered person, d. Person, tax invoices, and abbreviated tax invoices received by the registered, e. All documents relating to imports and exports by the registered person, f. All debit and credit notes substantiating the increase and decrease in the values of goods purchased and sold by the registered person and other documents pertaining thereto, g. Books of purchases and sales as set forth in Schedule 8 and Schedule 9. 2. Notwithstanding anything contained in Sub-Rule 1, the Department may so prescribe as to require a registered person to maintain only some of the records among those referred to in Sub-Rule 1, in respect to special types of trade or business. 3. A registered person may, with the approval of the Department, maintain the records required to be maintained under these rules by using computers or another similar mechanical system or the method as prescribed by the Department. 4. The tax officer may examine the records maintained by a registered person under this rule at any time during working hours. 14. Unofficial translation, explanation. For the purpose of this rule, working hours means the period between the time of opening and closing of the transactions, except on public holidays. 5. A registered person shall make available the details and documents relating to the records demanded by the tax officer in the course of examining the records pursuant to Sub-Rule 4, by having them printed at his/her own expense. 6. It shall be the duty of a registered person to provide necessary staff in order to assist the tax officer in examining the records pursuant to Sub-Rule 4. 7. A registered person shall safely retain the records maintained under this rule for up to 6 years. 24. Particulars of the goods distributed as samples or received free of cost. In addition to the records mentioned in Rule 23, a registered person shall also maintain the following particulars relating to their transactions: a. Particulars of the goods received or distributed in the form of samples for the promotion of business. b. Particulars of the goods received or distributed free of cost. 25. Provision on certification of purchase books and sales books. While certifying the purchase and sales books pursuant to subsection 3 of Section 16 of the Act, tax officer shall certify as follows: a. If the taxpayer files an application to the office for certification of the purchase and sales books, b. During the period of tax inspection or audit, c. At the time of inspection. 6. However, taxpayer who has obtained approval to issue invoice from 7 electronic medium shall not be required to certify their sales book if the sales book is prepared automatically by the electronic medium of the taxpayer. Added by 10th Amendment. Added by 17th Amendment. 6. Amended by 22nd Amendment. 15. Unofficial translation, Chapter 6 Tax Return and Collection 26. To file tax return for tax period, 1. A registered person shall file the tax return of 1-month tax period according to the Bikram Sambat, to the concerned tax officer in the format set forth in Schedule -10, within 25 days of the expiry of that period. 2. Notwithstanding anything contained in Sub-Rule 1, if a registered person, due to their accounts being maintained through a computer system, files an application to the tax officer requesting permission for using a different tax period other than the tax period mentioned in Sub-Rule 1, the tax officer, if deems appropriate after examination, may fix, as per necessity, a separate tax period in respect of such registered person. 3. 3a. Removed by 22nd Amendment. 3b. if so intended by the brick industries, printing, and electronic publications or broadcasting houses, hotel, tourism, cinema hall, and transporter. The department may fix a tax period of 4 months for filing the return for such taxpayers. 4. A registered person whose tax period has been so fixed to be more or less than 1 month shall file their tax return of that period to the tax officer, within 25 days of the date of expiry of that period, in the format set forth in Schedule 10. Amended in 6th Amendment and removed by 18th Amendment. Amended in 5th Amendment and removed by 17th Amendment. Added by 2nd Amendment. Amended by 22nd Amendment. 16. Unofficial translation. 5. In filing the tax return for the first time, the registered person shall file the tax return for the remainder of the period as if the remaining period was the full tax period. 27. Filing tax return through the heir or legal representative. In case any registered person dies or becomes mentally or physically incapacitated to file the tax return, the tax officer may, by assuming him/her to have supplied the goods or services till the day preceding his/her death or mental or physical incapacity, require his/her heir or legal representative to file a tax return for that period. 28. To file a tax return individually or jointly, the following persons shall file the tax return individually or jointly in the following circumstances: a. If the taxpayer becomes incapable to file a tax return or he/she dies, the heir or guardian of such taxpayer. b. If the taxpayer is a legal person, any director, executive chief, or any employee designated by the management, on behalf of such a taxpayer. c. If the taxpayer is a legal person and such legal person is dissolved or liquidated. The liquidator. d. In circumstances other than those mentioned above, the person concerned with the taxpayer as prescribed by the tax officer. Chapter 7 Assessment and Recovery of Tax. 29. Tax officer may assess tax. 1. In the event of occurrence of circumstances referred to in subsection 1 of Section 20 of the Act, the tax officer may assess tax on other basis, including the market price or any other information and notices related to the transactions of which tax is to be assessed, in addition to the grounds set forth in subsection 2 of the said section, and issue tax assessment order in the format set forth in Schedule 12. 17. Unofficial translation. 2. The concerned taxpayer shall be given a time limit of 15 days to submit evidence in their defense, against the tax assessment order issued by the tax officer pursuant to Sub-Rule 1. 3. If the tax officer finds any evidence submitted in defense by the concerned taxpayer within the time limit set forth in Sub-Rule 2, to be appropriate, the tax officer shall assess the tax pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, on those basis and issue a tax assessment order. While issuing such tax assessment order, the order shall also include the additional fee incurred pursuant to subsection 2 of Section 19 of the Act until the date of issue of the order and the interest amount chargeable pursuant to Section 26. Explanation: while calculating the interest, it shall be calculated at the rate of 1/12 per month. 30. Tax, additional fees, and interest amount to be paid. The concerned taxpayer shall deposit the tax, additional fees, and the interest amount referred to in the tax assessment order pursuant to Rule 29, to the concerned tax office, within the date set forth in the order. 31. Procedure of sending notices of tax assessment order. 1. Notwithstanding anything contained in the prevailing laws, while issuing a tax assessment order by the tax officer to a taxpayer pursuant to Rule 29, if the order is sent by telefax, telex or other similar electronic equipment installed at the address of such taxpayer, or if such order is served to himself/herself or at his/her office or sent through registered post to his/her address, it shall be deemed to have been duly served. 2. In case the tax assessment order could not be served as per sub-rule 1, the tax officer may inform the concerned taxpayer thereof by broadcasting or publishing a notice of such order through radio, television, or in any national-level newspaper. In such instance, the concerned taxpayer shall be deemed to have received such information. 32. Assessment and recovery of tax collected by an unregistered person. 1. In case an unregistered person collects tax, the assessment of tax collected by him/her under sub amended by 5th Amendment. Removed by 17th Amendment. Amended by 16th Amendment. 18. Unofficial translation, Section 2, of Section 15 of the Act shall be done in accordance with the procedures set forth in Rule 29. 2. The tax assessed as per sub-rule 1, shall be paid by such unregistered person collecting the tax, within 7 days of the issue of the tax assessment order. 33. Method of tax assessment of used goods. 1. Tax assessment of the used goods shall be done only on the balance between the selling price and the purchase price of such goods. The seller of such goods shall maintain the permanent record as follows at the very time of the purchase or sale of such goods. A. Relating to purchase. 1. Date of purchase. 2. Particulars giving full information of the goods. 3. Cost price excluding tax. 4. Rate of tax. 5. Tax amount. 6. Total amount paid. B. Relating to sale. 1. Date of sale. 2. Selling price excluding tax. 3. Difference between the cost price and the selling price. 4. Rate of tax. 5. Tax amount. 6. Total amount received. 2. The cost price referred to in sub-rule 1 means the price including tax. Amended by 13th Amendment. 19. Unofficial translation. 3. While selling each of the used goods an invoice shall be issued and a separate record of purchase and sales shall be maintained. 4. If a registered person is found to not have maintained the records referred to in sub-rules 1, 2, and 3, satisfactorily, the tax officer may issue a written order imposing tax on the total selling price of the goods sold by such taxpayer and require them to pay such tax along with the next tax return. 34. To submit a tax return prior to filing appeal. Prior to filing of an appeal against a tax assessment order issued pursuant to Rule 29, the taxpayer shall file its tax return of that period to the concerned tax officer. 35. Extraordinary circumstances beyond control. 1. For the purpose of subsection 4 of Section 19 of the Act, the following circumstances shall be deemed to be extraordinary circumstance beyond control. Force majeure. A. In case the person required to pay tax falls ill and is disabled, within 7 days from the date of recovery. B. In case the person required to pay tax is to observe obsequies, within 7 days from the date of the end of the obsequies. C. In case a woman required to pay tax delivers a child, within 35 days from the date of delivery. D. In case the person required to pay tax dies or becomes insane or disappears and his/her heir or guardian submits an application within 35 days of the date of such incident, within 7 days of receipt of such application. E. In circumstances when the person required to pay tax is unable to come to the Inland Revenue Office because of the closure of roads due to floods, landslides, snow or similar other reasons, within 7 days after opening of such roads, amended by 19th Amendment. 20. Unofficial translation. F. in cases where it is not possible to come to the Inland Revenue Office due to complete shutdown of transportation, within the next day of the end of such shutdown. G. In case of arson, earthquake, or similar calamities leading to unforeseeable circumstances, within 30 days of the occurrence of such calamities. 2. In case an additional time limit is required to be requested due to extraordinary circumstances beyond control referred to in clauses B, C, D, E, and G, of Sub-Rule 1, the recommendation of the concerned rural municipality or municipality shall also be submitted. 3. While requesting for an additional time limit due to the circumstance referred to in clause F, of Sub-Rule 1, the recommendation of the concerned rural municipality or municipality where the transport has been shut down, shall be submitted. 36. Time limit for applying for waiver of additional fee. 1. For the waiver of the additional fees pursuant to subsection 4 of Section 19 of the Act, an application, in the format set forth in Schedule -13, shall be filed to the Director General within 30 days from the expiry of time limit prescribed for payment of tax. 2. In case of failure to file the application within the time limit referred to in Sub-Rule 1, the waiver of additional fees shall not be granted. 37. Tax assessment period. While calculating the period referred to in subsection 4 of Section 20 of the Act, in case a petition has been filed with any court in regard to tax, and a stay order has been issued, the period shall be calculated by deducting the period pending the decision on the petition. 38. Added by 12th Amendment. Amended by 12th Amendment. Amended by 20th Amendment. Removed by 10th Amendment. 21. Unofficial translation, Chapter 8 Provisions concerning tax deductions and tax refund. 39. Tax may be deducted. 1. A registered person may deduct the tax paid by him/her while importing or receiving any taxable goods or services during the concerned month or before that month from the tax collected by him/her while supplying any goods or services, in the following circumstances: a. In case the goods or services in respect of which a claim for tax deduction has been made are directly related with taxable business. B. In case purchase has been made internally, if tax invoice pursuant to Rule 17 has been received. C. In case of imports, if import documents evidencing the payment of tax at the time of import are available. Explanation: for the purpose of this clause, import documents means customs declaration forms, cash receipts, invoices of goods, and if the imported services are not imported through custom points, invoices for such import of services and such other related documents as prescribed by the Department from time to time. 2. Tax deduction may be made only once pursuant to this rule. While deducting tax, the invoices, or the import documents up to 1 year before the date of the claim for such tax deduction must be available. 3. When filing the tax return of each tax period by a registered person, they must deposit with the tax office the amount remaining after deducting the tax paid while purchasing or importing the goods from the tax collected while selling the goods. 4. If the amount of tax paid by a registered person while purchasing or importing is higher than the amount collected by them when selling, they may deduct such excess amount in the next tax period. If such amount to be deducted in the next tax period remains in balance for a consecutive period of 8 FOUR months, an application added by 7th Amendment. 8. Amended by 22nd Amendment. 22. Unofficial translation, in the format set forth in Schedule 10 shall be filed with the tax officer for the refund of the lump sum amount. The tax officer shall upon receipt of such application refund the remaining tax pursuant to Rule 45. 5. In case any registered person exports more than 40% of their total monthly sale in any month, Such a registered person shall file an application to the tax officer, enclosing therewith necessary export-related documents in the format as set forth in Schedule 10 for refund of the excess amount of tax to be deducted for the month. The tax officer shall upon receipt of such application refund the remaining tax pursuant to Rule 45. While making a decision to refund the remaining tax, the tax officer shall take the following matters into consideration: a. Whether tax has been paid on purchases or imports or not. b. Whether the tax return required to be filed earlier has been filed or not, and if filed, whether or not the claim for tax refund is substantiated by such tax return. Explanation: for the purpose of this sub-rule, export-related documents refers to export certificates, certificates of receipt of goods, letter of credit and import certificate in case of exchange of goods, and refers to export certificate, certificates of receipt of goods, certificate of payment and letter of credit in case of exports. 39A Tax deduction in case of loss or damage of goods. 1. In case the goods are required to be written off the stock or sold at lesser value because of loss or damage of goods due to fire, theft, accident, breakage, or disastrous activities, an application shall be filed to the Inland Revenue Department along with evidence within 30 days of such event for deduction of tax paid on such goods. 2. While examining the application received pursuant to sub-rule 1, if the tax officer finds occurrence of such loss or damage, they may allow deduction of tax paid for such goods. Amended by 13th Amendment. Amended by 21st Amendment. Amended by 13th Amendment. Amended by 7th Amendment. Amended by 11th Amendment. 23. Unofficial translation. However, in case of insured goods, the taxpayer may itself deduct tax to the extent of the amount received as compensation. 40 Other provisions regarding tax deduction. 1. In case the goods of which tax has been deducted are in stock, such goods are to be shown or allowed to be counted if the tax officer desires to see or count such goods. While seeing or counting such goods, if the tax officer finds that such goods are not being used in taxable transactions or where such goods are required to be kept in stock, they are not kept in stock, such goods shall be deemed to have been sold at the prevailing market value. 2. The concerned tax officer may order the concerned taxpayer to pay the tax payable on the goods sold pursuant to sub-rule 1. Such tax amount shall be paid together with the tax return of the month prescribed by the tax officer. Provided that, if the tax officer is of the opinion that such tax may not be collected if it is not collected immediately, then the tax officer may require such taxpayer to pay the tax immediately. 3. If a taxpayer has carried out transactions of both taxable goods or services and tax-exempt goods or services, such taxpayer shall be allowed to deduct only the tax paid on purchases or imports directly related to the taxable goods or services. 4. In case a taxpayer carrying out the transactions of both taxable and tax-exempt goods or services fails to establish the direct relationship of the purchased or imported goods with the sale of taxable goods or services pursuant to sub-rule 3, such taxpayer may deduct the amount of tax paid on their purchases or imports by calculating the proportion of value of taxable transaction out of the total sale value. 5. If the tax officer feels that while calculating tax pursuant to sub-rule 4, it cannot be calculated proportionally, the tax officer may seek direction from the department to calculate it through another alternative method. 41 Goods or services in respect of which tax may not be deducted. 1. For the purpose of Section 17 of the Act, tax deduction shall not be allowed for the following goods or services: a. Beverages, 24, unofficial translation; b. Alcohol or alcoholic beverages such as liquor, beer; c. Petroleum products, petrol, diesel, and LP gas. D. Entertainment expenses. 2. Tax deduction shall be allowed on the following goods in the following proportion: A. B. On automobiles, 40% of cost price. C. Explanation: for the purpose of clause B, the term automobiles means any motor vehicle with 3 or more wheels used on a road for carriage of passengers. 3. If a registered person carries on a business of supplying goods or services referred to in sub-rules 1, or 2, as their principal business, it shall not prevent such taxpayers to deduct tax according to the procedures set forth in these rules. 42 Provisions regarding deduction of sales tax. Only the sales tax paid on the following goods left in stock before the commencement of this Act shall be allowed to be deducted: A. On goods bought by a taxpayer for resale. B. On goods and services partially produced or ancillary goods for the business. C. On raw materials, auxiliary raw materials, and packing materials. 43 Application to be filed. 1. A taxpayer shall file an application for tax deduction to the tax officer in the format set forth in Schedule -16 within 15 days of being registered. Amended by 21st Amendment. Removed by 5th Amendment. Amended by 18th Amendment. 25. Unofficial translation. 2. The application filed pursuant to Sub-Rule 1, shall be accompanied by following documents: A. Details of goods in stock during the time of registration, if any. B. Details of tax invoices and declaration forms up to 1 year before the registration, if any. C. Other necessary evidences. 3. If the claim made pursuant to Sub-Rule 1 is approved by the tax officer, the concerned taxpayer may deduct tax pursuant to Sub-Rule 4 of Rule 39. 4. If the tax claimed to be deducted under Sub-Rule 1 is found to have been already deducted previously, the tax officer may take action against such taxpayer as per the Act and these rules. 44 Provision relating to tax deductions in respect of used goods. For the purpose of subsection 5 of Section 17 of the Act, tax paid on the purchase of used goods from an unregistered person, and even if from a registered person, tax paid on the goods referred to in Section 17 of the Act, and including those brought for personal use, shall not be allowed to be deducted. 45 Provision regarding tax refund. 1. 9 While refunding the amount of tax for the purpose of subsections 3 and 4 of Section 24, Section 25, Section 25C1 or Section 25C2 of the Act, the tax officer shall immediately examine the evidences produced by the taxpayer for the refund of tax and refund the tax within 60 days in case of refund pursuant to subsection 3 of Section 24 or Section 25C1, and 30 days, in case of refund pursuant to subsection 4 of Section 24, Section 25 or Section 25C2, from the date of submission of refund claimed. 2. If it is deemed necessary to re-examine the evidences so received pursuant to subsection 3 of Section 24 or Section 25 or Section 25C1 or Section 25C2, it shall be done without delay and the refund shall be provided within 15 days. If the amount to be refunded exceeds 20,000 rupees, the refund shall be made by depositing in their bank account. 9 Added by 22nd Amendment. Amended by 21st Amendment. Amended by 22nd Amendment. 26. Unofficial translation. 2a. For the purpose of tax refunds to the diplomatic entity and diplomats under Clause A and A1 of subsection 1 of Section 25, tax paid for goods or services purchased from firms or companies, refund shops, listed by the department shall be refunded within 3 days according to the procedure prescribed by the department. 10.3. While making a claim for tax refund by an unregistered person for the purpose of subsection 1 of section 25, they may file an application to the department in the format set forth in Schedules -17 for refund pursuant to Clause A and A1, in the format set forth in Schedule 17A for refund pursuant to Clause A2, in the format set forth in Schedule 18 for refund pursuant to Clauses B and C, and in the format set forth in Schedule 18A for refund pursuant to Section 25C2. 46. Not to be refunded, the copies of the orders of decisions, judgment, memos or other documents to be obtained as per the Act, and these rules shall not be provided in cases where an application is filed for 3 years after the expiry of the accounting period. 47. Rate of interest, for the purpose of subsection 5 of Section 24 of the Act, the rate of interest to be paid by the Government of Nepal shall be 15% per annum. Such interest amount shall be calculated only after 60 days from the date of the application for refund pursuant to subsections 3 and 4 of Section 24 of the Act. Chapter 9. Provisions on Imports and Exports. 48. Tax on imports. 1. Goods or services to be imported in Nepal shall be subject to tax at the rate levied on goods or services supplied within Nepal. 2. While determining the value of imported goods or services for the purpose of assessing the tax on such goods or services, it shall be determined as per the procedure set forth in subsection 5 and 6 of Section 12 of the Act. 10. Amended by 22nd Amendment, removed by 8th Amendment. Amended by 2nd Amendment. Amended by 7th Amendment. Removed by 14th Amendment. 27. Unofficial translation. 3. In case the value of any imported goods cannot be determined at the time of import, such goods shall be allowed to be imported inside Nepal only upon obtaining a deposit sufficient to meet all types of taxes or charges payable on such goods. Until the value of goods or services imported is determined, registered person shall not be allowed to deduct tax paid for such goods or services. 4. In case any goods have been imported by furnishing a deposit, a claim for a tax deduction may be made only within a year from the date of determination of the value. 49. Provision regarding temporary imports. 1. In case of goods imported without charging customs duty on the condition that it shall be returned later, permission shall be granted to import such goods upon obtaining a deposit of the tax payable on them on the basis of the estimated value determined by the customs, with provision to refund it at the time when the goods are returned. 2. In case of goods or articles imported on a temporary basis, and subject to temporary import duty, tax shall be imposed on the import duty itself. 50. Director General may supervise and manage. The supervision and management of the tax recovered pursuant to Section 28 of the Act shall be carried out by the Director General. The Director General may, if deemed necessary, order the tax officer to carry out the following acts and actions, for the purpose of monitoring the imported goods or services. A. To take a sample of the goods or articles imported and ensure that tax has been imposed appropriately and adequately, and return the goods of which sample was taken to the concerned taxpayer within a reasonable time. B. To enter into, inspect, search the site, buildings, godowns, shops etc. connected with the transactions at a reasonable time and make inquiries with the concerned person. C. To take custody of the documents connected with the purchase, sale, or imports, obtain copies of them, inspect them, remove them, and return. Amended by 2nd Amendment. 28. Unofficial translation. the removed documents within a reasonable time if the request of the concerned taxpayer is deemed reasonable. 51. Special provision on amounts received from imports. 1. For the purpose of sections 24 and 25 of the Act, the entire tax amount collected at the customs point shall be deposited in the account of the Value-Added Tax Fund every day, and the Customs Office shall send statements thereof to the nearest Inland Revenue Office within 3 days. 2. The amount remaining in the fund referred to in Sub-Rule 1, after refunding the amount ordered by the Department, shall be deposited in the prescribed revenue account every day. 3. The procedures, for the operation of the fund, opening of bank account, expenditures out of fund and depositing in the revenue account, shall be as prescribed by the Office of the Financial Controller General. Chapter 10. Provision relating to freezing of property, auction sale, and searches. 52. Provision relating to freezing of property. 1. In case the taxpayer fails to pay the tax, fees, and interest to be paid under the Act and these rules within the time limit set forth in Rule 30, the tax officer may freeze the property for recovery of the tax, fees, fines and interest pursuant to Section 21 of the Act. 2. While freezing the property of the taxpayer for the purpose of Sub-Rule 1, it shall be done as follows: a. Write to the concerned office to freeze the movable or immovable property of the taxpayer, to prevent sale, distribution, or transfer of right of the property from after issuing the notice until the tax has been deposited. B. In case the tax officer finds that any property belonging to the taxpayer is being kept with or under the custody of any particular person, the tax amended by 18th Amendment. 29. Unofficial translation, officer shall, subject to this rule, issue an order to the concerned person to freeze such property. 53. Provision on auction sale. 1. In case the tax is not recovered even after taking action pursuant to Rule 52, the tax officer may recover the tax by auctioning, wholly or partially, the property of the taxpayer, in accordance to the following procedures: a. Identify the property to be auctioned and publicly publish notice setting out the property, reason for auction sale, along with the venue and date of such auction sale at least 15 days before the date of auction sale. B. Conduct the auction sale, with one representative of the rural municipality or metropolis/submetropolis/municipality or a representative of the nearest government office of the place where the goods in the auction sale are located as witness, and if possible, the taxpayer or their representative also as representative. 2. All the expenses incurred on the auction sale shall be first deducted from the proceeds of such auction sale pursuant to Sub-Rule 1. Tax, charges, fines and interest payable by the taxpayer shall then be recovered from the remaining balance, and the surplus, if any, shall be refunded to the taxpayer. 3. Notwithstanding anything contained in Sub-Rules 1 and 2, where the taxpayer, prior to the auction sale of their property, deposits the entire amount including the expenses relating to the auction sale, tax, fees, fines and interest to be paid by him/her, the same shall be recovered and the auction sale shall be stopped. 4. Notwithstanding anything contained in Rule 52, if the tax officer receives information, prior to recovering the tax payable by the taxpayer, that the taxpayer has amounts deposited in their name at a bank or financial institution, and where such amount is recovered, the remaining actions of the auction sale shall be stopped. 5. In case of partial recovery, the amount for expenses relating to auction sale, interest, charges, penalties and tax shall be recovered respectively. 54. To conduct an auction immediately, in case the property frozen pursuant to Rule 52 is likely to decay, rot or wear out because of prolonged period of freezing due to petition amended by 20th Amendment. 30. Unofficial translation, or appeal filed at any court in respect of the freezing of the property, the tax officer shall conduct the auction sale of such goods or articles immediately and credit the proceeds thereof, and if the frozen amount is to be refunded to the taxpayer according to a court decision, only the amount obtained from the auction sale shall be refunded to them. The taxpayer shall not be entitled to claim for the return of the goods or articles. 55 Search procedures. 1. In case it becomes necessary to conduct searches pursuant to Clause B of subsection 2 of Section 23 of the Act, the following procedures shall be followed: a. Where there are reasonable grounds to believe that any documents or goods, related to the matter for which the searches are to be conducted, are likely to be found in any house or in any other place, and there is a possibility that such goods or articles may not be found if such house or place is not searched immediately, or it is necessary to be searched immediately, then the tax officer may carry out or cause to carry out the search of such a house or a place himself/herself or by deputing an employee. b. The person conducting the search shall notify those who are living in house or place to be searched under Clause A, or owner or custodian of such house or place that the house or the place is being searched along with the reason for the searches, and such person shall upon receipt of such notice allow the person conducting the search to enter in such house or place. c. In case the person living in or owner or custodian of the house or the place to be searched under Clause B, does not allow the person conducting the search to enter in such house or place, the person conducting the search shall give notice and reasonable time for the females in the house or place to leave, and may enter and search therein by opening or breaking any window, doors, or fastener as required. d. While conducting the search under Clause C, the search shall be conducted in witness of at least one member of the concerned rural amended by 20th Amendment. 31. Unofficial translation. Municipality, metropolis/submetropolis or municipality or two local people, or house owner or their one representative or any one person. e. If no person is found or refuses to be a witness pursuant to Clause D, the procedure under Clause C shall be deemed to have been fulfilled upon taking signature of the person conducting the search, along with a remark indicating the same. f. If the body of any person is to be searched while conducting a search under this rule, such search may also be conducted, and if the person to be searched is a woman, such search shall be conducted by a woman. g. The details of the goods or items or documents obtained while conducting the search under this rule shall be prepared and submitted to the Department within 3 days. Chapter 11 Miscellaneous 56. Purchase to be done from a registered person, if the government of Nepal or constitutional bodies or state or central government or any public entity or corporate entity within a state or local body purchases taxable goods or services, inside Nepal, exceeding 20,000 rupees at a single time, such goods or services shall only be purchased from a registered person. 57 Regarding diplomatic privileges, for the purpose of Clause A of subsection 1 of Section 25 of the Act, a person enjoying diplomatic privileges shall file an application, along with the recommendation given by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to the Department for the refund of tax amount. 58 Free assistance and information. The Government of Nepal shall provide the following assistance and information free of cost: a. Information regarding the process to be followed for the purpose of tax, amended by 19th Amendment. 32. Unofficial translation. b. Publications related to taxpayers' education. 1158a. 59 Pleadings on matters concerning value-added tax. Pleading of any case concerning tax shall be done by the government attorney. 60 Format of identity card. The format of the tax officer identity card shall be as set forth in Schedule 21. 61 Issue Manual. The Government of Nepal, Ministry of Finance may formulate and issue necessary manuals in order to implement the Act and rules. 62 Alterations and changes in the schedules. The 12 Ministry of Finance may by publishing notification in the Nepal Gazette effect necessary alterations or changes in the schedules. 63 Repeal and Saving. 1. The following rules are hereby repealed. A. The Entertainment Tax Rules, 2018, 1961. B. The Sales Tax Rules, 2024, 1967. C. The Contract Tax Rules, 2024, 1967. 2. Acts done or actions taken under the rules mentioned in Sub-Rule 1, shall be deemed to have been done or taken under these rules. Repealed by 21st Amendment. 11 Amended by 22nd Amendment. Note 1. Words modified by some Nepal Laws Amendment Act, 2063, Government of Nepal in case of His Majesty Government. 2. Words modified by Value Added Tax, 19th Amendment, Rule, 2074, Inland Revenue Department in case of Value Added Tax Office. 33 Schedule 1 related to Sub-Rule 1, and 2, of Rule 3 Government of Nepal Inland Revenue Department Application for Business Permanent Account Number, BPAN, Part A, for Natural Person Inland Revenue Office/Taxpayers Service Office. Income Tax Value Added Tax 1. 2 3. Please fill the asterisk marked part, only if applicable to you. 1. Details regarding individual form, A. Serial number of the FIRM4. 5. B. Name of the firm Nepali 6. Unofficial translation, 7. C. Details regarding registration number 11. 10 English, capital letters, 8. Registration date year 12. Month DA9Y. 1314. 15. D. Transaction commencement date year month date 17. 1920. 2118. E. Is this a new transaction or has been transferred from someone? New 22. Entity and place 16. Has been transferred to R3E.D. Please state the details from who the firm has been transferred. 24. Permanent account number of the taxpayer who 2H5A. S26. 2728. 2930. 3132. 33 Transfer date transferred 35. Year month date 34. 3637. 38, F, address of the firm 40. 39 District 41. Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C4I3 Thai. / Municipality / Rural Municipality Ward number 45. Toll / Street 47. House number / block number 49. Telephone number 51. Mobile number 53. Post box number 55. Email / website 57. Fax number 59. Please add pages if further information is to be included. G. Address of the Godown 62. 61 District 63. Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C6I5 Thai. / Municipality / Rural Municipality, unofficial translation, correspondence address 42. 4446. 4850. 5254. 5658. 60 correspondence address 64. 66, unofficial translation, ward number 67. Toll / street 69. House number / block number 71. Telephone number 73. Mobile number 75. Post box number 77. Email/website 79. Fax number 81. If the godown has been rented *1. Name and surname of house owner first 83. 2 permanent account NUMBE8R6. 8788. 8990. 9192. 9394. 3 telephone number. Please add pages if further information is to be included. House number/block number 97. 6870. 7274. 7678. 8082. Middle 84. 4 mobile number 5. Email surname 85. 9596. 98, unofficial translation, telephone number 99. 100 mobile number 101. 102 post box number 103. 104 email/website 105. 106 fax number 107. 108 if stays in rent *1. Name and surname of house owner first 109. Middle 110. 2 permanent account number 1 R 12.1 13.1 14.1 15.1 16.1 17.1 18.1 19.1 20. 4 mobile number 3. Telephone number. Please add pages if further information is to be included. 5 email to business details surname 111. 121 122. Unofficial translation, for the purpose of office, SITC, 2. 23. 45. 17. 89. 106. 1213. 1415. 1117. 1819. 2016. 3 total transaction amount VAT applicable transaction amount VAT exempted transaction amount 3. Estimate and details of transaction of last fiscal year estimate of current fiscal year 1. 2 3. 4 5. 6. A. Name and surname of the person first 7. Nepali 8. 4 Introduction of proprietor middle 9. Surname 10. Unofficial translation, English, capital letters, 11. 1213. B. Date of birth year 15. 1817. Month day 19. 2014. 1621. C. Sex male female other 22. 2324. D. Nationality 25. E. Identification document 1. Type of document 2. Identification card number 27. 2826. 3 Issuing office and place 29. 4 Issuing date, F, address 30. 32 District permanent address 33. Metropolitan city/submetropolitan C3I5 TI. /municipality/rural municipality ward number 37. Toll/street 39. 31 Current address 34. 36 38. 40, unofficial translation, house number/block number 41. 42 Telephone number 43. 44 Mobile number 45. 46 Post box number 47. 48 Email/website 49. 50 Fax number 51. 52, G. Details of the family member of proprietor SN relation name, surname permanent account no. Occupation identification no. husband W5I4FE, 5355, 5657, father 60, 5961, 6263, mother 66, 6567, 6869, grandfather 7R2, 7173, 7475, card issuing office and place 58, 6470, 76, A, name, surname of person 5. Contact person, only if different from proprietor, unofficial translation, 77. Nepali English, capital letters, first 78. 81 middle 79. 82 surname 80. 83, B, position 94. 84, C, occupation 95. 96, D, permanent account number 85. 86 87. 88 89. 90 91. 92 93. 97 98. E, identification document 1. Type of document 2. Identification card number 100. 101.99. 3 issuing office and place 102. 4 issuing date, F, address 105. District Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan Municipality / Rural Municipality Ward Number Toll / Street 103. Permanent address 106. C1I0 TI 8 / 110 112. 104 current address 107. 109 111. 113, unofficial translation, house number / block number 114. 115 telephone number 116. 117 mobile number 118. 119 post box number 120. 121 email / website 122. 123 fax number 124. 125 6. Value added tax registration, A, date of registration being effective year month day 127. 128 129. 126, B, VAT contact person, please include if different than the person included in number 5 above. C, name of the person first middle Nepali 130. 131 132. Surname English, capital letter, 133. 134 135. D, position 138. 136, E, occupation 139. 140, F, PAN 137. 141 142. 143 144. 145 146. 147 148. 149 150. Unofficial translation, G, identification documents 1. Type of document 2. Identification card number 152. 153 151. 3 issuing office and place 154. 4 issuing date, H, address 155. 156 157. District permanent address 158. Current address 159. Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C1I6 TI 0 / 161 Municipality / Rural Municipality Ward Number 162 163 Toll / Street 164 165 House Number / Block Number 166 167 Telephone Number 168 169 Mobile Number 170 171 Post Box Number 172 173 Email / Website 174 175 Fax Number 176 177 If any of the above details are changed, changes shall be informed and updated at concerned IRO or Taxpayers Service Office within 15 days of such changes. Unofficial translation: details included in the application form and document presented are correct and truth, and shall bear the consequences as per the prevailing law if there is any difference. First middle surname 178. Year month date name surname of the applicant 1CA7N9T 180 181. Application D2.83. For signature of the applicant 1. 32. Thumbprint right left for office purposes, should not be filled by applicant. 4. Examination of detail and approval, unofficial translation, provided PAN 1. 5 6. 7 8. 9 10. 11 12. 13 14. Date of permanent account number being year 2. Effective 16. 17 month 18. Date 15. 19 Date of VAT registration being year 3. Effective 21. 22 month 23. Period to file VAT return 4. Monthly, user ID, of tax officer who grants approval 24. 5 Name, surname of tax officer who grants first 6. Approval 25. Date 20. Compulsory registration voluntary registration bi-monthly in every 4 months middle 26. Surname 27. Signatu 2R8E. 7 Date 8. 29 Year month day 30. 31 32. 33 34. Name of the office 35. 36 9. Part B, for entity Inland Revenue Office / Taxpayers Service Office. Unofficial translation, Income Tax 37. 38 Value Added Tax 39. Please fill the asterisk marked part, if applicable to you. 1 Details regarding applicant, entity, A. Name of the applicant, entity, Nepali 40. English, capital letters, 41. B. Details regarding registration number registration date year 44. 45 43. Month DA4Y2. 46 47. 48, C. Transaction commencement date year month date 50. 52 53. 54 51. Entity and place 49. Unofficial translation, 4. District 2. Address of the transaction place 5. Correspondence address 1. 2 Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C3I.TI/4. Municipality / Rural Municipality Ward Number 5. 6 Toll / Street 7. 8 House Number / Block Number 9. 10 Telephone Number 11. 12 Mobile Number 13. 14 Post Box Number 15. 16 Email / Website 17. 18 Fax Number 19. 20 If stays in rent *1. Name and surname of house owner first 21. Middle 22. Surname 23. 2 permanent account NUMBE 2R4. 2526. 2728. 2930. 3132. 4 mobile number 33. 3 telephone number address of the go down 36. 35 district 38. Metropolitan city / submetropolitan C4I0 TI. / municipality / rural municipality ward number 42. Toll / street 44. House number / block number 46. Telephone number 48. Mobile number 50. Post box number 52. Email / website 54. Fax number 56. If the go down has been rented * first 1. Name and surname of house owner 58. Unofficial translation, 5. Email 34. 3739. 4143. 4547. 4951. 5355. 57 middle 59. Surname 60. Unofficial translation, 2. Permanent account NUMBE 6R1. 6263. 6465. 6667. 6869. 4 mobile number 70. 3 telephone number 5. Email 71. Address of the go down 73. 7472. District 75. 76 Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C7I7 TI. /78. Municipality / rural municipality ward number 79. 80 toll / street 81. 82 house number / block number 83. 84 telephone number 85. 86 mobile number 87. 88 post box number 89. 90 email / website 91. 92 fax number 93. 94, unofficial translation, if stays in rent * 1. Name and surname of house owner first 95. Middle 96. Surname 97. 2 permanent account NUMBE 9R8. 991001.102.103.104.105.106. 4 mobile number 107. 3 telephone number 5. Email 108. 6 District 3. Address of the main / contact office, if different than transaction place, 7. Correspondence address 1. 2 Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C3I.TI / 4. Municipality / rural municipality ward number 5. 6 toll / street 7. 8 house number / block number 9. 10 telephone number 11. 12 mobile number 13. 14, unofficial translation, post box number 15. 16 email / website 17. 18 fax number 19. 20 if stays in rent * 1. Name and surname of house owner first 21. Middle 22. Surname 23. 2 permanent account NUMBE 2R4. 2526. 2728. 2930. 3132. 4 mobile number 33. 3 telephone number 5. Email 34. 4 business detail for the purpose of office, SITC, 8. 23. 45. 1, unofficial translation, 5. Type of business institution private Ltd 6-7. Partnership FIRM 8. 9-13. 12-14. 15-16. 17 charitable 23. 22-24. Institution Educatio 2 and 5A.L Institution Public C 1.0. 18-19. Hospita 2L6. Coopera 1TI 1V.E20. 21 other 27. 6 details of members of Board of Director, Management Committee, Working Committee, and Partners S. No name, surname of Board of Director PAN 29. 30-28. 32-33. 31-35. 36-34. Details of Partners S. No name, surname of Partner PAN, unofficial translation, 9. Total transaction amount, export included, 7. Estimate and details of transaction of last fiscal year 1. 2. Estimate of current fiscal year VAT applicable transaction amount, export included 3. 4. VAT exempted transaction amount, export included 5. 6. A. Name, surname 7. Nepali 8. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer first 8. Middle 9. Surname 10. English, capital letters, 11. 12-13. B. Position, C. Appointment date year, D. Mobile, E. Nationality, F. Email month date 14. 15. Unofficial translation, G. Identification documents 1. Type of document 2. Identification card number 17. 1816. 3. Issuing office and place 19. 4. Issuing date, H. Address 20. 22. District permanent address 23. Metropolitan city / submetropolitan C2I5 Thai / municipality / rural municipality ward number 27. Toll / street 29. House number / block number 31. Telephone number 33. Mobile number 35. Post box number 37. Email / website 39. Fax number 41. 21. Current address 24. 26-28. 30-32. 34-36. 38-40. 42. Unofficial translation, 9. Value added tax registration, A. VAT contact person, please include if different than the person included in number 8 above. B. Name of the person first middle Nepali 43. 44-45. English, capital letter, 46. 47-48. Surname year month date 49. 50-51. C. Appointment date 52. 53-54. 55. D. Position 56. E. Phone no / mobile number 57. 58. F. Email 59. G. Nationality 60. 616 2. 63.6465. H. Identification documents 1. Type of document 2. Identification card number 67. 6866. I. Address 70. 3. Issuing office and place 69. 71-4. Issuing date, unofficial translation, 72. District permanent address 73. Metropolitan city / submetropolitan C7I5 Thai slash municipality slash rural municipality ward number 77. Toll slash street 79. House number slash block number 81. Telephone number 83. Mobile number 85. Post box number 87. Email slash website 89. Fax number 91. Current address 74. 76 78. 80 82. 84 86. 88 90. 92. If any of the above mentioned details are changed, changes shall be informed and updated at concerned IRO and Taxpayers Service Office within 15 days of such changes. Details included in the application form and document presented are correct and truth, and shall bear the consequences as per the prevailing law if there is any difference. First middle surname 93. Year month date, unofficial translation, name surname of the applicant 9N4T. Position 1. Signature of the applicant 7. 9596. 23. 8 application D2.83. 4 stamp of company 4. 5 6. For office purpose, should not be filled by applicant, 10. Unofficial translation, 11. Detail investigation and approval, provided P.A.N1. 1 2. 3 4. 5 6. 7 8. 9 Date of permanent account number being year 2. Effective 11. 12 Joint venture application no. Month date 10. 13 14. Date of VAT registration being year 3. Effective 16. 17 Month 18. Period to file VAT return 4. Monthly, user ID, of tax officer who grants approval 19. 5 Name, surname of tax officer who grants first 6. Approval 20. Date 15. Compulsory registration by monthly voluntary registration in every 4 months middle 21. Surname 22. Signature 7. Date 8. 23 Year 26. Month 27. 24 Date 25. 28 29. Name of the office 30. 31 9. Inland Revenue Office / Taxpayers Service Office, unofficial translation. Income tax 32. 33 Value added tax 34. Please fill the asterisk marked part, if applicable to you. 1 Details regarding applicant, entity, A. Name of the applicant, entity, Nepali 35. English, capital letters, 36. B. Details regarding registration number registration date year 39. 4038. Month DA3Y7. 4142. 43 Entity and place 44. C. Transaction commencement date 45. Year 46. Month 47. Date 48. Unofficial translation, D. Transaction end or completion date 49. Year 50. Month 51. Date 52. 12 District 2. Address of the transaction place 13. Correspondence address 1. 2 Metropolitan City / Submetropolitan C3I.TI / 4. Municipality / Rural Municipality Ward number 5. 6 Toll / Street 7. 8 House number / Block number 9. 10 Telephone number 11. 12 Mobile number 13. 14 Post Box number 15. 16 Email / website 17. 18 Fax number 19. 20 If stays in rent * first middle surname, unofficial translation, 4. Name and surname of house owner 21. 22-23. 5 permanent account NUMBE2R4. 25-26. 27-28. 29-30. 31-4. Mobile number 32. 6 telephone number 5. Email 33. 3 type of business institution JV 34. Tempo 2R.ARI if joint venture details of the affiliated firm in the joint venture, main partner shall be included in SN1, S. No details of partner P.A.N JV ratio 2. 13. 47. 68. 912. 1113. 1417. 1618. 19 phone number 5. 1015. 20, unofficial translation, A, name, surname 21. Nepali first 22. English, capital letters, 25. B, position, D, phone no and mobile no, E, nationality business director / contact persons middle 23. 26 surname 24. 27, C, appointment date year, F, email month date 28. 29-30. 31, G, identification documents 1. Type of document 2. Identification card number 33. 34-32. 3 issuing office and place 35. 4 issuing date, unofficial translation, H, address 36. 37-38. District permanent address 39. Current address 40. Metropolitan city / submetropolitan C4I1 TI. /42. Municipality / rural municipality ward number 43. 44 toll / street 45. 46 house number / block number 47. 48 telephone number 49. 50 mobile number 51. 52 post box number 53. 54 email / website 55. 56 fax number 57. 58 if any of the above mentioned details are changed, changes shall be informed and updated at concerned IRO and Taxpayers Service Office within 15 days of such changes. Details included in the application form and document presented are correct and truth, and shall bear the consequences as per the prevailing law if there is any difference. First middle surname 59. Year month date, unofficial translation, name surname of the applicant 6N0T. Position 1. Signature of the applicant 61. 62-2. 3-4. Application D3.84. 5 Stamp of company for office purpose, should not be filled by applicant, 14. Unofficial translation, examination of details and approval, provided PAN 1. 1-2. 3-4. 5-6. 7-8. 9 Date of permanent account number being year 2. Effective 11. 12 Joint venture application no. Month date 10. 13-14. Date of VAT registration being year 3. Effective 16. 17 month 18. Period to file VAT return 4. Monthly, user ID, of tax officer who grants approval 19. 5 Name, surname of tax officer who grants first 6. Approval 20. Date 15. Compulsory registration by monthly voluntary registration in every 4 months middle 21. Surname 22. Signature 7. Date 8. 23 year 26. month 27, 24 day 25, 28-29, name of the office 30, 31-9, unofficial translation, Schedule 2, removed by Fifth Amendment, 67, unofficial translation, Schedule 3, related to Rule 5, Government of Nepal Photo Ministry of Finance Inland Revenue Department Certificate of Permanent Account Number, PAN, PAN 32, 3334, 3536, 3738, 3940. Inland Revenue 01FF.ICE 9. 10.8. D2.83. For VAT registration D5.86. 7 date month year name of the taxpayer name of the transaction type of taxpayer address transactions of business underscore 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 on signature of taxpayer amended by Fifth Amendment. Underscore 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 on signature of tax officer additional transactions name of transaction address commencement signature of date tax officer 11 2 3 4 5 6 27 8 9 10 11 12 313 14 15 16 17 18 unofficial translation Schedule 4 related to sub-rule 1 of Rule 11 Government of Nepal Ministry of Finance Inland Revenue Department. Both side of the application form has to be filled. Part 1 to be filled by new taxpayer we have taken in our control the following ongoing business on the following date. Date, from whom, name of the existing owner, we have enclosed the value added tax assessment form -1 along with this. Has already been submitted. We would do the following if the application is accepted. We file our first value added tax return to the office along with the entire value added tax to be paid for the entire tax. Part 2 to be filled by existing taxpayer. We have handed over the control of the following ongoing business on the following date. Date, to whom, name of the new owner, we do not have the liability to remain registered after the given date. We shall not be competent to be registered. We shall revoke our request for registration on our own will. We declare the following if the application is accepted, the new owner shall have the right to claim any amount paid by us or that could have been claimed by us before the transfer of the registration number. If we have any right on the amount paid by the value added tax, unofficial translation, period as indicated in the value added tax return. We shall file any return required to be submitted but not submitted by the existing owner. We consent to pay any amount of value added tax, not paid by the existing owner prior to the transfer of business, for the imports, stock, and property. We confirm that any return submitted in the name of the old owner after the transfer for any period shall be deemed as being submitted by us. Prior to issuance of registration number by the Value Added Tax Office, if any right arises on any amount because of the amount paid to the old owner, we agree that we have fulfilled such rights. Signature underscore 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 on underscore 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 on underscore 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 on owner slash partner slash director slash company secretary, administrator, date, underscore 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 on office to the new owner, that right is completed. Along with the valued added tax we have with us the stock and property of the following value. Rs. We may be contacted in the following address after the date of transfer, underscore 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 on underscore 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 on underscore 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 on signature underscore 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 on underscore 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 on underscore 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 on owner slash partner slash director slash company secretary, administrator, date, underscore 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 unofficial translation, Schedule 5, related to Rule 17, format of tax invoice number, taxpayer registration number of the seller, date of transaction, date of issuance of invoice, name of seller, address, name of buyer, address, taxpayer's registration number of buyer, mode of payment, cash/check/credit/other, s.no. 1516. Detail quantity price per unit, Rs, total price, Rs, 17. 1819. 2021. 2223. Discount rate taxable amount tax rate. Total 72, unofficial translation, Schedule 5A, related to Rule 17, format of tax invoice name and address of insurer, company PAN number of insurer, name of insured, address, PAN number of insured, date of issuance of invoice, invoice number, tax invoice processed by, detail insurance policy number, Sampusti number, insured amount Rs, cover note number, insurance fees Terrorist Act, strife and destruction, period from to transfer fee ticket fee amount, Rs, total taxable amount VAT rate %. Total, amended by 8th Amendment. 73-4, name of company authorized signatory, unofficial translation, Schedule 5B, related sub-rule, 1A, of Rule 17, format of tax invoice no, name of seller, address, phone no, fax no, date of transaction, date of issuance of invoice, email, website, taxpayer's registration number, PAN, of the seller, name of buyer, address, taxpayer's registration number of buyer, PAN, if registered in tax mode of payment, cash/check/credit. SN 24. 25 Details 26. Quantity 27. Final consumer price per unit 28. Total amount 29. Total amount VAT rate. Discount net amount. Seller's signature amended by 9th Amendment. 74. Unofficial translation, invoice number, seller's name, address, taxpayer's registration number, tax rate, % Schedule 6, related to Rule 18, format of abbreviated tax invoice date, SN details quantity price per unit total price discount total price note. This invoice shall not be issued for sale of goods or services exceeding 13 rupees 10,000. Seller's signature name and address 13 amended by 22nd Amendment 75, unofficial translation, date details Schedule 7 related to Clause B, of Sub-Rule 1, of Rule 23 value-added tax account purchase/import purchase or tax rate tax amount date import price details sales/export selling or tax rate export price tax amount 30. This account has to be maintained every month and be kept with oneself. Unofficial translation, Schedule 8 related to Clause 6, of Sub-Rule 1, of Rule 23 Purchase Book Taxpayer's Registration Number, Purchase Period, Month, Year. Invoice date no. Supplier's number total purchase price tax exempted purchase price taxable purchase price tax, Rs, taxable import price tax, Rs, capitalized taxable purchase/import and tax price tax, Rs, amended by 13th Amendment. Unofficial translation, Schedule 9, related to Clause 6, of Sub-Rule 1, of Rule 23, Sales Book Taxpayer's Registration Number, Sales Period, Month, Year. Invoice Buyer's date invoice no. Buyer Registration Number total sales tax exempted sales 0 rated sales, export, taxable purchase price tax, Rs, total, unofficial translation, Schedule 10, related to Sub-Rule 1, of Rule 26, Government of Nepal Ministry of Finance Inland Revenue Department Value Added Tax Return Form Tax Period, Year, Monthly Bi-Monthly Quarterly Insert tick, in related period. Shrawan Bhadra Ushvin Kartik Mangsar Paush Mak Falgun Shrawan, Bhadra Ushvin, Kartik Mangsar, Paush Mak, Falgun Shrawan to Kartik Mangsar to Falgun Kshetra by Suggestha Ashad Kshetra, by Suggestha, Ashad Kshetra to Ashad Taxpayer Registration Number, Name, Telephone Number, Address, Mobile Number. If no transaction has been carried out during this period, fill 0 in the following table. If the amount is less than Rs1, adjust such paisa as Rs1 and fill the return. Changed by the notice published in Nepal Gazette on November 9, 2016, July 24, 2073. Unofficial translation, 1. Sales 1.1. Taxable sales 1.2. Export 1.3. Exempted sales 2. Purchase/import 2.1. Taxable purchase 2.2. Taxable import 2.3. Exempted purchase 2.4. Exempted import 3. Other 3.1. Other changes 4. Total transaction value tax credit paid on purchase 5. Debit credit, plus or 6. Credit to be adjusted from last month, plus or 7. Total tax payable, Rs, 5 to 6, plus or 8. Amount requested for tax refund 9. Reason for tax refund, tick, in any of the following, not adjusted regardless of adjustment for 6 months 10. Total payment, Rs, 11. Details of documents used during tax period, regular importer voucher no. Other, unofficial translation, number of total purchase invoice, number of credit note, number of debit note, number of credit advice, number of debit advice, sales invoice total number. I confirm that the information in this tax return is true and complete. User ID, full name, signature, position, year, month, day, date, telephone no. Mobile no. Only for offices purposes 31. 32. User ID of employee entering details, name, surname, signature, position, unofficial translation, user ID of verifying officer, name, surname, signature, position, unofficial translation, Schedule 11, related to Rule 12, Government of Nepal, Ministry of Finance, Inland Revenue Department, Value Added Tax Return Form, to be filled at the time of closing the taxable transaction or transaction, year. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 month. Quarterly 1st 2nd 3rd. Please put the mark in the concerned month. Taxpayer's registration number, name, underscore 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 on address, underscore 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 on underscore 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 on. If no transaction took place in the period, insert 0 in the following table and sign the return. If the amount is less than Rs1, adjust such paisa as Rs1 and fill the return. Transaction tax paid on tax collected on value purchase, credit, sales, debit, 1. Sales 1.1. Taxable sales 1.2. Export 1.3. Exempted sales 2. Purchase/import 2.1. Taxable purchase 2.2. Taxable import changed after publication of notice in Nepal Gazette 08N416 July 2000, April 1, 2057. Unofficial translation, 2.3. Exempted purchase 2.4. Exempted import 3. Other 3.1. Other changes 3.2. Stock for which tax deduction has already been claimed for. Total 5. Debit/credit, plus or 6. Amount remaining to be adjusted from last month. 7. Total tax payable Rs, 5 to 6, plus or 8. Amount of tax refund claimed. I. Full name, certify that the details in this tax return is true and complete. Signature. For office's purpose only. Date. Position. Computer registration, date, underscore 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 officer 85, unofficial translation, Schedule 12, related to Sub-Rule 1, of Rule 29, Government of Nepal, Ministry of Finance, Inland Revenue Department, Initial Tax Assessment Order, Part A 2. 1. Taxpayer's name, underscore 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 2. Taxpayer's address, underscore 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 3. Taxpayer's registration number, date. 4. Tax assessment period. 5. Tax assessment is related to section, of the Act and rule, of the rules. If there is any substantial evidence that the following tax amount Rs. in words, is not to be paid or to be amended, please submit the same to the tax officer within 15 days of receiving this letter. Else deposit the amount in bank located at or in cash such that it is deposited in the Nepal government's consolidated fund within 15 days of receiving this order. Grounds for tax assessment: 1. Failure to file tax return within the time limit. 2. Filing incomplete or erroneous tax return. 3. Filing false tax return. 4. Other. 6. The interest and fine until the date has been calculated. Tax officer amended upon publication of notice in Nepal Gazette 806 and July 16, 2000, April 1, 2057, unofficial translation, SN monthly/quarterly 1. 2 3 4 5. Tax period, tax year period, amount of tax assessment total, 1. Fine, additional interest, total fees 2 3 4 5. Note: if there is a negative number, please mention the amount in the box. For office's purpose only, computer registration, date, underscore 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 officer 87, unofficial translation, Part B, final tax assessment order 2. 1. Taxpayer's name, underscore 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 2. Taxpayer's address, underscore 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 3. Taxpayer's registration number, date. 4. Tax assessment period. 5. Tax assessment is related to section, of the Act and rule, of the rules. Upon evaluating your response, evidence, and documents submitted by you, only the following tax amount of Rs. in words, is to be paid. Please deposit the amount in bank located at or in cash such that it is deposited in the Nepal government's consolidated fund within 15 days of receiving this order. Kindly be notified that you will be imposed with fine, additional fees and interest, in case of failure to pay the tax within 15 days of issuance of this order. You may appeal as per the law in case of dissatisfaction on this order. Grounds for tax assessment: 1. Failure to file tax return within the time limit. 2. Filing incomplete or erroneous tax return. 3. Filing false tax return. 4. Other. 6. the interest and fine until the date has been calculated. Tax Officer 88, unofficial translation, tax period SN monthly/quarterly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tax year period amount of tax assessment total, 6 fine additional interest total fees 7, 8, 9. 10 Note, if there is a negative number, please mention the amount in the box. For office's purpose only computer registration, date, _________________ officer 89, unofficial translation, part, C, special order 2. Order issuance date. 1. Taxpayer's name, _____________________________________________________________________________________________________________ ____________________________________________________________________________________________________________________3, taxpayer's registration number, 4, period for which fine has been determined. 5. Determination of fine is related to section, of the Act and rule, of the rules. Grounds for imposing fine 6, fine amount. Please deposit the fine amount of Rs. In words, only, at bank located at, or in cash such that it is deposited in the Nepal government's consolidated fund within 15 days of receiving this order. You may appeal as per the law in case of dissatisfaction on this order. Tax Officer for office's purpose only computer registration, date, 90______________________________________________________________________________________________________________________appeal date, appeal registration no. Office code, year, serial 2. Value added tax office. We would like to request for the suspension of the following amount since we have registered our appeal before the Director General at the Revenue Tribunal. Taxpayer's name. Taxpayer's address. VAT registration number, Revenue Tribunal/VAT Department registration number. Order no. Order date. SN 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Monthly/quarterly tax period year total, appealed amount computer registration, date, for offices use only 91 tax officer _________________________________________________ signature of officer, unofficial translation, part, E, notice for termination of appeal date, appeal registration no. Office code, year, serial name of taxpayer, address of taxpayer, VAT registration number, Revenue Tribunal/VAT Department registration number. Order no. Order date. SN 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Monthly/quarterly tax period year appealed amount determined on the order total, 11. 12 For office's purpose only tax officer computer registration, date, __________________________________________________________________________________________________________________________13, related to sub-rule, 1, of Rule 36, application for exemption of fees in extraordinary circumstances beyond control VAT registration number, to tax officer, value added tax office. I have submitted this application within the time limit as per subsection 4, of Section 19 of the Value Added Tax Act and the Value Added Tax Rules 1996, 2053, since I have been facing an extraordinary circumstance beyond my control. 1. I am required to observe the funeral rites due to the death of my relation, Mr./Ms. On 2. I delivered my child. 3. My relationship, Mr./Ms., the taxpayer died/is mentally unsound/disappeared. 4. Unable to come due to blockage of road because of flood/landslide/snow/ other natural reasons. 5. Complete shutdown of transportation services due to time limitation for filing of application, 1, within 7 days, in case of Section 1, 3, or 4. 2, within 35 days, in case of Section 2. 3, the next day, in case of Section. Signature of applicant, date, 93, unofficial translation, Schedule 14, Schedule 15. Removed after publication of notice in Nepal Gazette on July 16, 2000, April 1, 2057, removed after publication of notice in Nepal Gazette 09 and 416 July 2000, April 1, 2057, unofficial translation, Schedule 16, related to Sub-Rule 1, of Rule 43, Government of Nepal Ministry of Finance Inland Revenue Department Tax Deduction Form Date of Receipt of Application, Taxpayer's Registration Number, Application to claim the refund/deduction of value-added tax of taxable goods in stock and sales tax of stock on the date of registration, to Tax Officer, Value-Added Tax Office. Name of business. Address, House No. Ward No. Toll Metropolitan/Submetropolitan/Municipality/Rural Municipality District Telephone Fax Telex Email P.O. Box 1. I have only included stock remaining from the purchases/imports made 1 year before the date of registration in value-added tax. 2. I have included following documents. A custom declaration form, copy of cash receipt and invoice. B. Invoice purchased from the person registered as seller for the purpose of sales tax. C. Tax invoice of purchase made with taxpayer registered for the purpose of value-added tax. 3. Details of goods in stock, include other page if necessary. 95. Unofficial translation, and detail of quantity rate price sales tax invoice declaration remarks goods paid number form number total 4. Sales tax to be refunded or deducted as per the most recent monthly details. Evidence are included. I, name, hereby submit this claim for tax deduction of Rs. In words. For value-added tax paid in taxable goods and sales tax paid on stock of taxable goods placed at place, till the date of registration. The details set forth herein are true and correct. Claimant's authority relationship with transaction date for office's purpose only date. Value-added tax office, value-added tax/sales tax approved for the to be accepted after inspection deduction of tax on the basis of evidences, NRS, inspection officer tax officer date, 96, unofficial translation, 14 Schedule 17, related to Sub-Rule 3, of Rule 45, format of application for claim of tax refund paid by diplomatic agency/diplomats Inland Revenue Department/Inland Revenue Office. 1. The following goods are purchased by diplomatic agency/diplomats. Please refund the amount mentioned in Clause 3 as per Section 25, 1. A/A1, of Value-Added Tax Act, 2052. 2. Time period for which tax return is claimed. 2. 3. Purchase details, S permanent nom invoice goods or taxable tax value no T account E of num bay date services purchase exempt add. Number seller R purchasee, Rs, D tax of seller D purchase, Rs, total I verify that above mentioned goods and services are purchased by or supplied to the diplomatic agency / diplomats. And Rs. In words, is requested to be refunded to the signatory / it is agreed upon that payment to be made to the signatory / will be according to the section 25, 1, a, /a1, of Value Added Tax Act 2052, 1996. Signature, name of applicant, position name and stamp of diplomatic agency, country of applicant / name of agency, passport number of applicant, 14 changed after publication of notice in Nepal Gazette on May 28, 2020, February 15, 2077. 97, unofficial translation, amount of tax refunded Rs decision maker bank account no. Payment month. Year for office's purpose only check date, decision date, bank issuing the check, signature of tax officer, 98, unofficial translation, 15 Schedule 17A, related to Sub-Rule 3, of Rule 45, format of application for refund of tax paid by United Nations / organization / specialized agency Inland Revenue Department / Inland Revenue Office. 1. The following goods are purchased by entity / organization / agency. Please refund the amount mentioned in Clause 3 as per Section 25, 1, A2, of Value Added Tax Act, 2052. 2. Time period for which tax return is claimed, 2. 3. Purchase details, S permanent nom invoice goods or taxable tax value no T account E of num bay date services purchase exempt add. Number seller R purchasee, Rs, D tax of seller D purchase, Rs, total I verify that entity / organization / agency is United Nations organization and specialized agency of thereof, and above mentioned goods and services are purchased by entity / organization / agency and Rs. In words, is requested to be refunded to the signatory / it is agreed upon that payment to be made to the signatory will be according to the section 25, 1, /A2, of Value Added Tax Act 2052, 1996. Name and stamp of organization, signature, name of applicant, position, date, 15 added by 22nd Amendment, publication of No. 99 ICE in Nepal Gazette on May 28, 2020, February 15, 2077, unofficial translation, amount of tax refunded Rs decision maker bank account no. Payment month. Year for office's purpose only check date, decision date, bank issuing the check, signature of tax officer, 100, unofficial translation, Schedule 18 related to Rule 45, 3, Government of Nepal Ministry of Finance Inland Revenue Department Tax Refund Form, for projects operated under or by multilateral / bilateral agreement / foreign organization institutions, 1. Time period for which refund is claimed, 2. 2. Organization details A, name of organization / project B, address C, objective of organization / aid / loan only if necessary D, agreement date only if necessary E, agreement termination date F, total price of purchased goods total amount to be received as per agreement G, date of having obtained the approval from Ministry of Finance only if necessary H, copy of agreement is attached 1, aid / loan no only if necessary 3. Contractor A, contractor name / manager name / address, B, contract no C, contract starts from, D, contract ends on, e, taxpayer registration number, copy of terms and conditions with the contractor shall be attested. 4. Name of buyer of goods, 5. Supplier's name, changed after publication of notice in Nepal Gazette 01 and 0116 July 2000, April 1, 2057. Unofficial translation, 6. Details of goods and service purchased, goods and service, taxpayer registration number, invoice amount of VAT paid. Additional pages may be used as required. 7. The section in the contract from which the VAT is to be refunded. 9. If the value-added tax has been refunded in the purchased goods prior to filling of this Form S. No. Name of entity, name of goods, quantity, price. The said details are true and correct. The approval of the value-added tax office is to be taken prior to transferring the goods to other person or giving it to them for use. Name of the contractor filing the details, signature, name of the verifying person on behalf of the project. 33. Signature, name and address of the office, amount of tax refund, decision maker, bank account. No. Payment month, year for office's purpose only, date of check, date of decision, check issuing bank, signature of tax officer. 102, unofficial translation, 16. Schedule 18A, related to sub-rule, 3, of Rule 45, format of application for refund of tax paid by pharmaceutical industry, Inland Revenue Department / Inland Revenue Office. 1. Time period for which tax return is claimed. 2. 2. Purchase details, SNA Pearman invoice goods, tax sab, tax value, raw enmi and CECE or LE exempt materials / oxio of account, date, number, service purch ted ad lyri raw the t bur SASE purcha ed materials / paxel numbe purcha, Rs, SE tax aging ERR of said, Rs, materials seller. Total above mentioned goods have been purchased by pharmaceutical industry, permanent account number, and it is hereby requested to refund the tax paid of amount Rs. In amount, as per Section 25C2 of Value Added Tax Act, 2052, 1996. Signature, name of applicant, name and stamp of industry, position, date, for office's purpose only, amount of tax refunded Rs. Check date, decision maker, decision date, bank account. No. Bank issuing the check, payment month. Year, signature of tax officer, 16 added by 22nd Amendment, publication of N100TI3CE in Nepal Gazette on May 28, 2020, February 15, 2077, unofficial translation, Schedule 19, Schedule 20. Removed after publication of notice in Nepal Gazette on July 16, 2000, April 1, 2057, removed by 8th Amendment. 104, unofficial translation, name, position, identity card number, Schedule 21, related to Rule 60, Government of Nepal, Ministry of Finance, Inland Revenue Department, identity card of tax officer, photo of tax officer. Signature of Director General. 105.